Welcome. My name is Dana, and I want to thank you for joining me in exploring some great strategies for getting students to engage more authentically in class discussions. You can create more active discussion-based learning experiences for your students on ClassHook. Live discussions are a simple and easy way to facilitate a class discussion that involves all of your students, not just the most active participants. Discussions amplify student voice and are an effective way to measure student understanding. ClassHook's live discussions include reporting, so you can assess students across different classes and subjects. Live discussions are an extension of pause prompts. Here's how they work. Let's go ahead and search for a clip related to the content we are teaching. Let's pretend we're teaching nutrition to a group of middle school students. Click Browse, Subjects, and then click Nutrition under the subject heading Health. I'm going to limit my search to middle school, and then I'm going to select Comedy under Genre. When introducing a topic, it's a great way to engage students with something relatable and fun, and have them notice the elements that make the clip entertaining. These often end up being your teaching points. I have selected Pleasantville, a not-so-healthy breakfast, to initiate a discussion on portion control and healthy eating habits. You'll notice above the clip, there is a Discuss option. When we click on it, we can start a discussion. We can assign it to a group of students. This is great for virtual learning. So if you want to assign it to a group of students in your Google Classroom, you can use that option. We can play it without pause prompts, and we can also view student questions. In this case, we are going to start a live discussion. So I'm going to click on Start a Discussion. I've already created a discussion about healthy eating habits. I'm going to go ahead and edit that discussion so that I can show you what this looks like. So you can see the clip that I chose is here in the queue. You can also see that I can start discussion. Before I start the discussion, I want to show you what the background looks like. You'll notice that the questions are listed here. They each have different pause times. So the first question here, why do you think Jennifer's mom insists she eat breakfast? It will pause the video at 32 seconds. The second question, what essential food groups are represented in Jennifer's breakfast? This one will pause at 53 seconds. So these are just common ways to pause the video and create some discussion in your classroom. If we go ahead and start the discussion, let's go ahead and see what it looks like live. You could click on Generate Nicknames for Students. This kind of provides some anonymity for your students so that they don't feel pressured or inadequate as they are participating in your discussion. Obviously, I don't have a group of students here, so we're just going to do this as a display model here. So when I play the video, and you can see here, there's a join@classhook.com, so students can just type in that URL, and then they will be asked for a join code. And they'll type in that join code to join this discussion live. We'll go ahead and play the video, and then we'll see what the questions look like as we discuss.
Sweetie, it's getting late. Actually, I'm not hungry. Nonsense, young lady. You're going to start your day off with a nice big breakfast. No, sit down.
And there's our first question. Why do you think Jennifer's mom insists she eat breakfast? What a great way to create discussion around some of the biases and some of the ways that we've created this kind of knowledge that we have to eat breakfast, or that breakfast is the most essential part of our day. Notice that you can add a minute to the discussion. So if you feel like your students need a little bit more time, you can add that minute. You can also show responses, which is a great way to inspire other learners, make sure they are responding in a way. You can also determine who's responding and who's kind of not really with the group, and maybe check in on those students. I'm going to go ahead and play it again.
Sausage. Of course, ham steak. Eat all that and it's right off to school.
What essential food groups are represented in Jennifer's breakfast? What food groups are left out? Again, you can add a minute to this if the students need more time. You can show responses or you can hide them, depending on how your students are driven. All right. If you are delivering learning remotely or flipping the learning in your class setting, you can assign discussions to a class and have them respond to questions. Simply assign to students, select the class, and then click Generate Link. If you need to set up a new class, you can also do that. You can see here there is a student link, a tiny URL. Simply copy that, and then we have a great way for you to share it on Google Classroom. You can also share it on other platforms just by sharing that link. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you have wonderful class discussions using ClassHook.